Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you may be listening to us. This is Tarot Today Live, and I'm your host, Dax Carlisle, along with the other host, Mary Brown. Hi, Mary.
Hey, Dax. Hey, everybody. Here we are.
How is it in Texas? It's getting
colder. A little bit chilly. Bit chilly. I've got extra blankets. I'm all like cuddly. I'm not going to freeze for my art.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So if you're new here, we are the show that has been bringing you the world of tarot for like nearly 13 years now. In January, it'll be 13 years. We'll be going into our 14th year of doing radio.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And we are not only broadcasting on Blog Talk Radio, but we are simulcasting video live streaming on YouTube as well. If you're listening to us on Blog Talk and you want to see Mary and I, just go over to tarottoday.live and join us on the live. You can comment.
Yes.
Yeah, you can jump in the comments. We use that as a chat room. You can chat with us live during the show. You can even ask for a mini reading or just ask questions about tarot, numerology. Everything is fair game. And they can call in, right, Mary?
They can call in. The number to call is 714-816-4628. Be sure to press the number 1 on your dial pad because it raises your skinny little arm in the air so we can find you on the switchboard.
Awesome.
Please call us. Please call us.
Please call us. Please call us. And I'm typing this in now in the comments. Let us know if you want us to pull a card. If you,
just type in your comment. Type pull a card for me, please. The please is a nice touch. It's not necessary, I suppose. We would still pull a card for you, but it lets us know that that's really kind of all you want, that you don't have like a specific question.
And if you do have a specific question, you don't have to raise your hand or get our attention or anything. All you got to do is in the comments, just type in the very specific question. We'll pull cards on that for you too. Of course, we would rather chat with you. So dial into the show. Phone lines are wide open right now. We're also going to be talking about what is your personal year number, how to calculate that. It's from your numerology chart. We'll get into that in a little while as well. And we also have the card of the day, the numerology of the day. Oh, what'd you get for a card of the day, Mary?
Well, I drew a card from the Empath Oracle deck by Raven Digitalis with this gorgeous artwork by Constantine Bax that just gives you a sense of it. And the card that I got is really interesting. It's about invoking guides, gods, and guardians. And, that coming up is like saying like, okay, this is a good day to kind of tap into your network of support, whether that is ethereal or, of a more human nature, or maybe, a species you're friendly with here on Earth. But it can also be, nature itself. It can be your guardian angel. But, and how do we do that? We just need to be sincere. We just need to believe it and ask and connect. What did you get for the card of the day, or what are the numbers like?
I was going to say that actually dovetails nicely into the energy today because it's the 20th. And that reduces to 2, which is relationships and communication, in relationships. And so what you were just saying about connecting that way, it's a perfect day for that. And the entire date, well, we have the 2 from the day. The month is the 10th. So that's 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. And the world year number from 2022, obviously 222, that's 6. So we have that 9 energy. So it's kind of endings today. You could be completing a project, or maybe it's time to literally or figuratively clear out your closets, what's no longer serving you. And because it's that 2 energy with relationships, are there relationships that no longer serve you? For the card of the day, I got the 8 of Wands, and 8 is that number of abundance. So if you're seeking abundance, you need to make way for it. And that's the 9 energy again. And for me, this is things happening really quickly. Also, I personally associate this card with communication and, high speed communication, telecommunication, internet, which dovetails into what we were just talking about. If you can't see a friend or a confidant in person, jump on a Zoom call or something like that. So there you go.
The next best thing to being there.
Mm-hmm. Like we're doing right now. Yay.
Yay.
I wonder if anybody's in the comments. I think, there's people in there already. Sammy is in there. And let's see, Chris is in there. Pull a card for me. Oh, okay. We got to pull a card for Chris. Let's see.
Cool.
Does Sammy want a card pull? Jondra's, I know I'm butchering these names, but it looks like a John. Current feelings towards me. Should I give him a last chance? Okay, so we'll do that right after we pull a card for Chris. And the phone lines are still wide open. So give us a call, 714-816-4628. Remember to press 1 on your dial pad if you want to chat with us there. Okay, pulling a card for Chris. I'm going to let you go first, Mary.
Okay, well, I just pulled the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups for Chris. So happiness, it looks like domestic bliss and a lot of cocktails and maybe some dancing. So
wow.
And
that was
good.
That was the 10 of Cups?
The 10 of Cups from the Housewives Tarot.
Oh, look at that.
Fun,
the Housewives Tarot.
50s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the sort of fun 50s like vibe.
Oh, that's one of the cards that you pulled when I asked you to pull some cards for me and Chris the other day.
I cannot reveal that because I keep all readings confidential.
Of course, but it's the same card. So I'm like, oh, that's a synchronicity too. Plus I got the 5, the Hierophant change. 5 is change. It's also a high energy number, 5. You can get a lot done today. And the Hierophant is, what would you say about the Hierophant, Mary? To me, it's like, it's the establishment, it's ritual, it's also higher learning.
I think of mentorship.
Yeah.
I think of the Hierophant. I forget which deck it was, but there was this Hierophant that I just really felt connected to. There was this like soft, like gentle wisdom kind of vibe to the character, how it was drawn. I forget which deck it was, but it made me think of my pastor growing up and what a great mentor he was by, his actions, that kind of thing, the way he treated people and the way he made people feel. And so I think of it like that, to find, that person that really, can help you move forward, that high energy of the 5, I see 5s, sometimes there's conflict too. So I feel like we need somebody sometimes to like help us get to the next level. And it can be just through like gentle wisdom.
Yeah. And I see it as getting into your spirituality, establishing spiritual ritual, and that could be done with or without the help of a mentor. I love the Ciro Marchetti version here from the Grand Lux deck. I mean, it's just
gorgeous.
Wow. Look at that. gorgeous card, you
Yeah.
know, and it can, you know, there's also a tie-in with higher learning.
Mhm.
Trying to think of some of the other things.
Tradition.
Yeah, tradition,
Yeah.
you know, sticking to tradition. Oh, and sometimes the Hierophant card shows up when the tarot is trying to tell you to buck tradition. Screw
Yeah.
it, throw it out, you know, go your own path, you know, sometimes depending on the surrounding cards or if it's upside down.
Yeah.
If you read reversals, which Mary and I don't read reversals. Okay, so I'm going to pull cards for.
Yeah. But also it's like it's a kind of funny thing, but it's one of the cards I call the marriage cards.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there.
Oh, wait, I didn't hear that then. Okay, repeat that. I only heard that tail end marriage cards.
The Hierophant is one of the cards that I consider a marriage card.
Now I get you. I wasn't understanding for a second there, but yeah, that, and when that's in combination, well, a lot of the cups cards and like the Four of Wands, when that shows
that's the
up,
other one. Yeah.
So I'm taking a look for Samia, or it might be Samia. It's Samia, so like Samia, or it could be Samia. I don't know if I'm butchering your name. I'm so sorry. But her question was the current feelings from this person towards me. Should I give him a last chance? So it seems like it's one of those things where there may have been a relationship and it's kind of on the outs, and do I give him another chance, that kind of thing. Right off the bat, I'm going to say, okay, so it's leaning towards a no. I'm getting 3 no's out of 5. So there's 2 yeses, 3 no's. So what does that mean? Well, if I had gotten 4 no's or 5 no's, I would say, yeah, definitely not. Just forget it now. But this is in that realm of, well, maybe not, maybe yes. It's in that maybe stage. And this is the thing. I got the High Priestess, and that's card number 2. There's the number of the day. It's starting already, Mary. So that energy of the day of relationships. And what she's saying is, listen to your gut instinct on this. I think you already know the answer to this. Could it work? Yeah, it could. But I'm going to tell you something else. I'm getting multiple other people showing up. So, don't put all your eggs in one basket. There are other people out there. And wow. Oh, and Chris says, thank you guys. And did you pull some cards for Samia?
Yes. I did, I got the Empress card in the past position, so I feel like, when you gave this person a chance before, you really gave them a chance. I feel like you nurtured, you did your part of it. He comes up to me as the Knight of Wands, but where is he going? He's not settled down yet. The Death card comes up. Not the greatest of signs, especially in this deck. It's a jar of mayonnaise, but it says salmonella. So that's not really the greatest connotation.
That's not good.
And then right after, underneath all of that, we have the 4 cups. So it's almost like saying, like, is he going to really have his focus where it needs to be if you give him a second chance? And in the end, the outcome position, I got the Hermit card. And look, she's really kind of having a good old time, without this guy. So I feel like, I don't feel like it's in your best interest insofar as it being a satisfying experience.
Yeah. Well, I want to leave Samia with this, Mary, because I did get the Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles. And as soon as I saw that, I felt that was representing him, and that he's got a very juvenile outlook. And then right after that, Samia just wrote in the comments again about being on again, off again, like I said, and the last 5 months, and he's talking with multiple girls and keeps coming back to me, and multiple fights. And yeah, that's a very
Nah.
juvenile,
Yeah.
yeah. But Mary,
Yes.
and of course, Pentacles, that's earth energy there, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I don't know if he's one of those signs, Samia, but there is a King of Cups out there for you. And cups being water, might be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but not necessarily. But this person is, the kings are the most established in the suit energy. And so he has, this is somebody that's way more mature than this other guy.
Has the sensitivity.
And sensitivity, yes. But has control of his emotions. That's the big part for me, because it looks like this guy is just all over the place. And Samia says she's a Taurus. Oh, okay. Let's pop over to the phone line. Oh my gosh, we don't have any callers right now. This is like, is this Thursday? Perfect. Usually Thursdays are super busy, but well, we'll give time for people, if you're listening in live right now here on this Thursday, dial in 714-816-4628. You'll be the first one in there. Get into the queue, press 1 on your dial pad so we know you want to be live on air with us, or jump into the live stream comments. Go over to tarottoday.live. Just open a new tab in your browser, type in tarottoday.live, and it'll take you right over to our channel. Right at the top, you'll see the currently, how do you say it, Mary? Live? I mean, anyway,
I don't know.
Just jump in there with us and let us know what your question is. Give us your very specific question, or if you just want us to pull a card for you, just throw that in there. Hey, pull a card for me. We'd love to do that. Meanwhile, we're going to talk now a little bit about what is your personal year number and how do you calculate that and everything. This is going to be real fast. I do want to let everybody know, whether you're listening live, watching us live, or watching the replay video later, down in the description, you are going to find a link to a PDF that is kind of a little cheat sheet that has a little bit about each personal year number. So grab that. And actually, now that I'm thinking about that, I opened it up, Mary, and I closed it. So I need to go back over there and pull it back open again. Going over to, let's see, I got to go over to the channel, and we're going to mute the channel so it doesn't, give us, here it is, personal year PDF. It's a bit.ly link, folks. So it'll be bit.ly/personal year PDF. That'll bring it up for y'all. Okay, I got it. See, I gotta go.
Awesome.
Got to turn that off here. So the personal year. Okay, so last show we talked about life path numbers, and it's basically the same thing. And we talked about how for your life path number, you're just taking your birthday and you're adding all the digits across. So obviously you're going to turn the month. If it's May, you're going to turn that into the 5th. So you're going to put 5 and then the day and then the year. And then you're going to add all those numbers across. Now, with that many numbers, you're going to get a double digit. Add those two numbers together and you should get a single digit. In some circumstances, you might get another double digit. Just keep adding them together to get a single digit, 1 through 9. And that's how you get your life path. And we talked about how that is similar to the sun sign in astrology. Now, the personal year number is talking about where you are in the 9-year cycle. So when you're born and you have your birth date, obviously it's when you're born, that's what the energy is of that day, the full date broken down. And you may be anywhere in that 9-year cycle when you're born. we're not born on year 1 and then go through the 9, but you will see the pattern if you write it out, starting with your life path number, which is your personal year number of the year you were born. If you write that down and then write out all the other numbers, Mary, you can start to see patterns. You can see the 9-year cycle starting and stopping as you're going through your life, into your teens, into college, into your 20s, into your 30s, into your 40s, and beyond. It's really fascinating stuff. So it's very useful to know where in the personal year cycle you currently are. And the way you do that, it's really simple. You're going to take your month and the day you were born. You're going to add those together. Only unlike the life path where you're adding in the year you were born, instead you add in the current year. So, and a little aside, the month and the day, when you add those together and reduce to a single digit, that's your attitude number too. So it's basically your attitude number added to the current world year number, which we know is 6, 2022. You can just drop all zeros in any numbers when you're doing numerology calculations. 2 + 2 + 2 is 6. So we're in a world year of 6. We're all under that influence of that energy, but we want to find out where in that 9-year personal year cycle you are. And just think of the progression of the 9 numbers. I don't know if on the last show we went through all 9 numbers, Mary, but 1, obviously the beginning, 9, obviously the end. And so like today, for instance, the entire date reduces to a 9. So anybody born today, this very day, would have a 9 life path and be in a 9 personal year. Well, that's endings. So we're ending right now. Now there's a lot of cycles going on here, Mary. There is the weekly cycle, the daily cycle, the monthly cycle, the annual cycle. Okay. So not only is it this 9-year cycle, but also as we're going through each day and looking at the daily numerology, which is what we do on these shows, that's yet another cycle, right? So the daily cycle is the days. So 20 reduces to 2. Tomorrow will be the 21st. 2 + 1 is 3. That'll be a 3. And it'll go through the 9 numbers and it'll cycle 2.5 to 3 times through, or a little bit more, through a typical month, as an example.
Wow.
But knowing
it's a lot.
Right. But knowing where you are in your personal year number tells you a lot of things. For instance, we often talk about 5 and how 5.
I am having a 5-year.
Yes.
I am.
It's perfect.
No.
So you're a good example of this. We like to, I like to do this like towards the end of the year, the beginning of the next year, tell everybody on the shows what their personal year numbers are, because then you're forearmed and forewarned for this year you're going into. So next year it's going to be 2023, right? Mm-hmm. What's that energy? That's a 7 energy. Yeah. So that's the energy of the natural detective and doing research, and it's the highest spiritual number. Maybe the world collectively will do more, in-depth spiritual exploration. But this year is that 6 energy, return to harmony and balance after the chaos of 5, but you're in a personal year of 5, and whatever your personal year number is, that energy is more affecting you than the world year number. It still has to be looked at, so with 5, that's a high energy number. Yeah, it can be chaos, but by knowing you're going into a 5-year at the beginning of the year, you set the intention, I'm going to work that 5 energy in the positive. I'm going to latch on to that high energy, and it's a number of change as well. And I'm going to make positive changes in my life. Now, if you're unaware of that, you can very easily slip into the chaos side of the 5 energy in a personal year. But just by knowing where you are it helps with a lot of things. Like, for instance, if you're in a 5-year, you don't make big choices. You wait till the 6-year or some of the other numbers. But you, in a 5-year, you don't buy a house, you don't buy a car, you don't sign contracts, you don't get married, you don't have children, you don't, nothing big do you do in a 5-year, because it's the chaos number. You just don't do that. It doesn't mean that you can't start things. You could start a business and use that energy, that high energy, to, get a lot done, that kind of thing. And it would be a big change, and 5's about change. But by knowing where you are in the 9-year cycle, kind of get a preview of the year, and it also helps you figure out, what to do, what not to do in that particular year. So if you look at the cheat sheet, all you got to do is take the month you were born, let's say the 5th, and the day you were born. So like the 5th month, Monday, May, God, I can't talk. May, the number 5, and let's say the 12th. So 1 + 2 is 3, + 5 is 8. Then you take that number and add that to the current year. So 8 + 6, 14. 1 + 4 is 5. So that person's in a 5 personal year. That's pretty weird that I did that randomly, and I ended up back at 5 again, Mary. What are you doing to me with you and your 5? Anyway,
I don't know.
Yes. So that's how you do it. And you guys have the cheat sheet there. And if you have any questions about your personal year, you can pop them in the chat, or you can, which is the comments, obviously, on the live on YouTube, or give us a call, 714-816-4628. Call us now. So Mary, what are you thinking about personal year numbers? And, I'm thinking using them in your practice as a reader, as a professional reader. It's really great to do somebody. And by the way, you don't need their whole name, their birth name. You don't need to do all those calculations. All you need is their birth date, and you can get their life path, their attitude, and the personal year number. And I think it's really great to start there, because you know what kind of year that person's in, and then you pull cards and do a reading.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yes.
About that?
I think yes. I think I'm in a personal year 5, and
how's it been going for you?
Not well.
Oh no.
Not well. It has been the craziest, the most insane, the greatest in a lot of ways. Some really amazing things have happened. And yet, like, wow, I don't feel like I can, get my arms around this tornado and hold on to it. I'm like,
Mary,
my 8 seconds,
Didn't you have a lot of deaths this year? Well,
Sure. There's that too. There were a lot of deaths. There were the lows, the very, very lows, and the very, very highs, and surprises, constant surprises. So I feel like that's like chaos, like that chaos energy. And I don't know, man, I should become like a chaos magician or something, so I can like deal with this, because like chaos seems to come around, a lot. And I mean, not just for me, but like,
everybody.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. So, it's all about working the energy. I mean, really, and there's still a few months left, and, a couple months anyway. You could get a lot done still. You could tap into that 5 energy. Where's that deck I've been waiting for? You're supposed to finish the deck.
Yeah. Well, I've gotten a lot done. It's just been like constantly busy. That's like, it's like that kind of chaos, it's like,
well, for a lot of people in a 5-year, they say it feels like a roller coaster.
Definitely a roller coaster.
But also what
like
I
a
tell,
nutty roller coaster.
In alignment with that, what I tell people is go ride a roller coaster. You see, the 5 energy not only comes up with like a 5 personal year or a 5 world year, but it also comes up on a daily and monthly basis. So every month there's multiple 5 days. On those days I go, just don't try, just go to the movies, ride a roller coaster, read a good book,
eat some chocolate,
take
do a bubble bath,
a spa day, right? Do a spa day.
Mhm.
Yeah. Don't make any decisions on that day. Don't sign any contracts. Don't buy a car or brand new washing machine or new house just ride the roller coasters. But it's interesting because people also describe it that way. It feels like a roller coaster. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You just have to ride it out till the next year, because then you go into 6, and that's why it's called a return to balance and harmony. You feel much more balanced.
Thank God.
Absolutely. So there you go, folks. And if you have any questions, let me know. And by the way, if you're getting anything out of this, if you're learning something new, or maybe you get a reading from us, or we pull a card for you or something like that, and you want to buy Mary and I a cup of coffee, you can head over. This is our tip jar, and you can just run over to coffee.tarottoday.live, and you can put in any amount and send us a tip, buy us a cup of coffee.
I've only got water now.
Yeah, me too. I only have water in front of me. I usually have coffee in front of me, but I'll get a cup after the show, But there you go, coffee.tarottoday.live if you want to send us a little something. And I should mention, of course, if you like how we do these tag team readings, where it's the two of us both reading for you, and hey, two heads are better than one. Two readers, wow, that's awesome. You can do a private session like we do on the radio, only much longer and private, and we call them tag team readings. You can run over to tagteam.tarottoday.live, and you can book a session with us, and we do tarot and oracle cards, numerology, chakra readings, and we spend anywhere from 30-40 minutes with you, so we can answer a lot of your questions. We can go deep dive into any area you want us to deep dive into, and you can book over at tagteam.tarottoday.live. Any other news, Mary?
No, I've just been, trying to chill out, because of my 5 personal year, and listening to a lot of great music. Oh my gosh, Shakira.
I saw that this morning.
Yeah,
you
Monotonia. Oh my gosh, you guys, check out the video here on YouTube. Find it. Find awesome. Shakira. You won't regret it.
And I did want to mention that we live simulcast. Not only are we video streaming on YouTube, but we are simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio on our Psychic Talk Radio network. And I just wanted to let everybody know some of the stuff coming up. Like, we're going to be back on Saturday, right, Mary? We're going to do open readings. Yes. And it's going to be open lines and free tarot readings all show long. So this Saturday, this is the time to call in. Yes. And then on Sunday, we get a little treat from Sharona Rapsik on her show, Magic Universe. Of course, she won't be live streaming on video like us. It'll just be on the radio. But she's going to be talking about Halloween and its origins and traditions, and giving free Halloween tarot readings live on air.
Cool.
That's right. But we have some other really cool things coming up. For instance, on Monday, we're going to play a interview that Mary just did with Fran Steiner on Reiki. You want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Fran Stein, as if any of you are into Reiki, you probably read either the Reiki source book or one of his many books, or maybe you have the Reiki techniques card deck like I do right here, which is a fabulous deck, out of print. Now it's expensive. Hopefully they'll put it in print again. But oh my gosh, he's so funny. I could not believe how much fun he was to talk to. And just somebody who really, I don't know, he really embodies what Reiki teaching is about, I believe. Amazing. So I'm excited for everybody to hear that.
And you sent the recording to me, and I watched a little bit of it, but I didn't watch the whole thing because I want to watch it live with everybody else. So it's almost going to be like a
Watch party.
Yeah. We'll still be here live. We'll introduce the show live. We'll play the interview, and then we'll come back live after that. And we'll still try to, maybe take some calls and answer some questions. It is one of the longer interviews. I think it's 40 minutes, Mary. Something
Around.
Yeah. Something
35,
like
40.
Yeah. But just the little bit I saw, he is amazing. It is great.
He really is.
If you're into Reiki, or if you ever was curious about energy healing or anything like that, you're going to want to tune in for that interview on Monday. And then on Thursday, we'll be back with open lines and free mini readings. And then on Saturday, October 29th, just in time for Halloween. How do you say Chris's last name? I don't want to butcher it.
Chris Walder.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of tarot people might know her from, I have these decks handy, the Goddess Tarot or the Lover's Path Tarot.
I know the Goddess one.
Yeah, here's the Lover's Path. And these are decks that have become classics. Like that's here's the Six of Wands. Here's the back design of the Lover's Path Tarot.
I like how it's square.
Simple. Yeah, these are like bigger
square
cards, but very flexible. And then I'm going to have to do some reviews of these. And that's the Six of Wands, and just a beautiful, beautiful artwork. But she's also a really successful author, and she has a book that's coming out just in time for Halloween called Unnatural Creatures. And it is, the interview was so interesting. The book is so interesting because she writes historical novels, right? And she really does her research, and to the point where you really feel like you're in that time and place, set in Geneva. What does she do? She goes to Geneva, to research it. How can she, get all of these details right? And it's inspired by Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, so that's why it makes it great for Halloween. And it's about the three women in that story whose stories we don't really get to hear very much. We're all familiar with Frankenstein. A lot of us have seen different tellings of The Bride of Frankenstein, but we haven't seen the story told in the way that Chris Walder tells it. And she's such a great interview. She's so fascinating. And she had a lot to say about tarot too. Generally, I asked her, just a few questions about, what does she think, is happening? And she was awesome.
Awesome sauce here. I'm trying to put something in the comments here. So that is Saturday, October 29th, Unnatural Creatures. And who knows, it's the last Saturday of the month. If there's time, we might even do a really quick psychic spin segment. That's when we pull cards on the big questions. And then I did want to mention, there won't be a Blog Talk radio show on Sunday because there's 5 Sundays this month. So the Sunday shows are skipping that Sunday. But Mary and I'll be back on Monday, October 31st. Halloween
show. Yay.
But it is also the 19th birthday of the Tarot Guild. So I've been doing the Tarot Guild now for, we'll be going into the 19th year, I think. I think we're the 18th year.
Almost 2 decades.
It's crazy. We're coming up on the 20. I can't wait, Mary. It's like, awesome. I want to get that under the belt, where I can go, yes, I've been running my Tarot Guild business for 20 years, just like I do with radio. We're about to go into our 14th year in January. So we're going to have a show. We're going to celebrate the anniversary of the Tarot Guild and, Halloween, and take your phone calls and do mini readings and everything like that. And the very next day will be There's a Rock for That with you. First Tuesday of the month. Yes.
I'll be talking about rocks. I don't know. It'll be great.
Awesome.
Haven't figured it out yet, but it'll be great.
Yeah. So in the comments in the chat, Nicole's in there. That's actually Chris's sister. Nicole said, how does this work? I'm curious. So type in there, Nicole, what you mean by how does this work? How does tarot work, or how does our lives?
How do you get a reading?
Yes.
Do you want us to pull a card?
How do we do that, Mary?
You just write pull a card, or you can type in a question if you want us to do a reading on it, a mini reading.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah. If you want to know how tarot works, that's going to take a little bit longer to explain.
Years.
Oh, yes. Yes. And actually, people spend a lifetime studying sacred geometry and tarot and numerology and how it all works. And oh my God. Spend a lifetime. Yes. How do you get a reading? Okay. So just like Mary just said, Nicole, if you want us to pull a card for you, just say pull a card. We'll pull a card. If you want to ask a very specific question, you can do that too. You just type it right there in the comments what your question is, and we'll pull cards on that. So just let us know, pull a card or just type in your very specific question. If there's anybody else out there that I see a few other people in there, Empress is in there, and Harkira, I think is how you say it. Let us know if you want us to pull a card. And she says, oh, Nicole's asking any kind of question. It's like, yes, absolutely anything. It could be a yes, no question.
Don't ask us a legal or health question, because we're not doctors or at least not those kind of doctors or lawyers. But
we're not that kind of doctor. No, we're not that kind of doctor. But we can't give legal advice legally. We can't give health advice. Now we can pull cards on how an individual is, for instance, reacting to a certain situation involving health or finances, things like that, down those lines where it's not directly giving that kind medical of advice. Yeah. Medical, legal, or health advice we can't give. But any other question is fair game. When is Charlie going to pop the question? Am I going to go overseas on a trip this year? How are my finances looking? I mean, we can still do questions like that too. So whatever you want to do. Let's see. So Nicole says, yes, please pull a card. I have a million questions. I'll have to think of a specific one. Well, hey, we do these lives all the time. You're more than welcome to jump on anytime and, ask a specific question later on. Meanwhile, we'll just pull a card, Mary.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. So I've been shuffling. I'm going to cut the deck here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so just a quick message from the tarot. What does it say here? So what I'm getting is the Fool card. I love that card. The Fool is the only unnumbered card, really. It's 0, but it's the Eastern Void version instead of the Western. So the Western Void version is a complete lack of anything, whereas this card is the embodiment of all possibilities in the entire deck. And just like it says on there, the Fool, it's taking a leap of faith. Okay. So when this card comes up, and especially when it's just a quick message from the deck, I like to tell people that whatever's on your mind, whatever thing that you're contemplating, trying to make a decision on, should I do this or start this project or date this guy or what? The answer is yes. The answer is take the leap of faith, go for it. It's the go for it card, right, Mary?
I like that. The go for it card. I got the Page of Pentacles. Again, in the Housewife's Tarot, you see like those are such cute cards. They're adorable. and you can see all the dishes or whatever. To me, the Page of Pentacles is great because it is, what do I think of? The idea of like practice makes perfect comes up with the Page of Pentacles for me oftentimes, where it's just saying that like, hey, if there's something that you want to get good at or that you want to have more success with, that card coming up is like a sign saying like, keep going. It's only going to get better, so that's what I get.
Oh, wow. Oh, she did come up with a specific question. Okay, so I'm going to pull another card.
Okay.
This is interesting, Mary. Okay, I have a question. It's my husband who's passed away, happy or... Oh, I think she's asking, is my husband who passed away happy or content? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even know that your husband had passed away.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that.
Sorry to hear that. We'll pull a card though and see what we get here. Oh my God, I got the 9. So I got the in alignment with that 9 energy today, endings. And this is the biggest ending of all. And evaluating and knowing what to hold on to and what to let go of, okay, is that 9 energy in numerology. And this is card number 9. It's the Hermit card. Love that card. There you go. So basically, yeah, he is fine. He is up there. He is shining his light of wisdom down on you all the time, whether you're aware of it or not. And yeah, this, you can't, when you get the major arcana cards, it's really a good sign. Can't get better cards. What are you getting, Mary? Did you pull a card on?
Yeah, I pulled a few of them. The major card that I got was the Chariot.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think that that's like kind of, in this case, it's a station wagon. For those not, born more recently, you've probably never seen a station wagon, right? But, it's that sense of like being on a journey, So I feel like, and if you look at you look at the faces of the characters in this particular card, that, yeah, they're happy. Yeah. They're enjoying the journey. They're enjoying the ride. So that's one way to kind of look at it. It doesn't really, to me, it doesn't really express contentment, but it's that sense of adventure, and not, not static at all.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's really a nice card to come up on that.
I think, content is implied, but like in the Hermit card, when you look at his face, he doesn't look, the Hermit doesn't look content, but he actually is, because he's up on that summit and he's shining his light. He's got that lantern that means wisdom. He's shining his light of, he's illuminating the path for other people, kind of thing. And Nicole says, I'm crying. She's crying.
Don't.
Yeah, I hope that gives you a little bit of peace of mind, but it's I don't know how to put it. It's like what you were saying, Mary, about the journey. It's not, I think that when people pass over, and you've heard this from people that had NDEs anyway, that it's like an immediate sense of contentment and I mean, joy, happy, freedom, expansion, your consciousness and awareness expands. So I think everybody, I mean, is there people being, that have crossed over that are being tortured? I just don't believe in that. It's not me.
I don't know. I mean, I think also sometimes, like I had a past life, the recall experience. And, it was kind of a brutal way to go in my past life, but right before the moment where I experienced the torturous part, of passing, um, I felt like I was pulled out of it by my
Oh,
guardian angel, right?
yeah.
And the
Not
card of
time to
the day
go.
that yeah, well, it was like, no, I died in that lifetime at that time,
Oh, I
but
get you. Okay.
in re-experiencing it, and I think maybe even in the experience of it, somehow maybe the soul or the spirit separates, and I don't know. Ever since I had that experience, I kind of wonder about it. It gave me a better feeling when I went through the passing of, like, people I care about. I went through a lot of those this year, and
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of feel like wherever we go, we don't go it alone exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a kindness that happens, maybe we don't understand completely.
Yeah. Yeah. I just have a different way of looking at what's beyond. And
Yeah.
I don't believe in the heaven and hell concept. I think we return to
Mm.
source irregardless, and we become something else. We're not the same that we were as the person here, because you got to remember that who we are as a soul. The word soul has been confused lately. People think of it as the spirit dwelling within. Soul, the original word, the way it was originally used, and why they said, like on a ship, all souls were lost. What they're talking about is the mind, the spirit, like in Star Trek, the Katra, the Vulcan, call it the Katra, and the physical body. We are an amalgamation of our conscious thoughts, our subconscious mind, our higher self, our spirit, and our physical body. All of that blended together is the soul, the way the word was originally used, actually.
It's hard to say. It really is, because when you look at, like, man, you look at, like, the early Greek writings and stuff, and they had this concept of shades,
Mm-hmm.
and then you see Dante Alighieri, like, kind of pick that up as well a little bit,
Yeah. Yeah.
in the Inferno, and it's like, I don't know. We
So it's
don't know.
well,
We will
no one
know.
knows, but even the people
We'll
that
know
come back,
eventually.
even the people that come back from the NDEs, we don't know, because they
No.
have not gone into the light and gone beyond under most
Yeah.
but what I want to say
The
is
last great mystery.
I feel it's different. Once
Mhm.
the person crosses over, because they shed the physical body, the conscious thinking mind, and it's their true
Mhm.
self. And I think that they expand. And
Mm.
so, like, that's why the hermit card, when it came up, when I first looked at it, I'm like, huh? But then I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it makes perfect sense, because once you've crossed over and you've been there for, a little while, gone into the light, not being stuck in purgatory or whatever. And oh, by the way, Nicole did mention that she was worried that he was stuck. And
Mm.
I think that shows he's definitely not stuck. He's gone past that. He's not like stuck in
No.
purgatory or not gone into the
That's why
light.
the chariot came up,
Yes,
to show
yes.
that movement.
It's
Yeah.
perfect. It's perfect. So then what I think happens is, suddenly the veil is gone and you have total recollection of all your past lives, and virtually and direct contact and connection with the greater super consciousness. So you like instantly have access to everything, and so we're not the same person when we cross over. But the thing to not forget is that they're always still with you. And that's what a
Yeah.
lot of people forget, and
I think love never dies.
right.
That's maybe the one thing I think,
I think
is that
they're
love
still
doesn't die.
communicating with us. We might not be noticing or picking up on it, but I think they're still communicating with us. Let's see, we've got a few minutes left. Let's see if we can squeeze in a phone call here before the top of the hour. Mary, how does that
Yeah.
sound?
Sounds awesome.
Okay, who's been
I
waiting the
found my
longest?
rattle.
It looks like area code 954. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, I'm calling from Florida.
Hi.
My name is Tad.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Hi,
What was the name, Mary? I missed.
Tad. Was
Tad?
it Tad?
Chad.
Chad?
Chad. Awesome.
Awesome.
What did you want to talk about?
I was listening, but I've been going through a lot in my life. I think you mentioned something. You related to something that I was going through, but I'm going through something in my life, and I'm trying to figure it out right now. So, how should I put this? I have baby moms. I haven't seen my baby girl in like 3-4 years. I've been trying to figure out how this is gonna work. I've been looking for a job.
Yeah.
I lost my car April 4th.
Wow.
And
A lot of
people
stuff.
been trying to help me out, but it's just I'm not feeling the motivation. My love life, I feel like I'm losing love. Like I'm losing the ambition to even go out there and try to find something. I'm going through a lot. I'm facing myself in the mirror.
Oh, I hear you there, Chad. That's where I was at. You know, it's like I don't even have the energy to go out and, you know,
Try
anymore, you know. As far as dating and stuff like that, you know, kind of thing.
Well, I'm very well talented. Like I'm licensed. I'm a nurse, a dental technician, a plumber.
wow.
I'm a celebrity barber. I'm licensed. And I'm good with my hands, but I haven't found a career that's consistent, that's gonna pay my bills and get me through life. So I'm trying to figure out what's my purpose, where's my goals, like what am I doing with myself?
Right. Where are you at?
Yeah, where are you at? What are you getting, Mary?
I'm
in Florida right now.
You're in Florida. Well, yeah, that's what I'm like, but like, where are you at? Like, you know, as far as like your life, you know, so I'm just going to pull some cards. Whoops on that.
I'm 31. I'm getting old. And I wanted to
getting old.
Oh my God.
Oh,
you're barely starting.
You've got so much potential.
But I'm getting there.
Yeah, of course you are. Look, you know, you got to do something that really connects to your heart. You know, the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Six of Cups. They're all Cups cards. And then we have the Moon card. Oh, honey, you know, it's like you're feeling all of these things. You know, you're just feeling it so much. And it's just like this sense of like, you know, so much uncertainty, right? It's like, why isn't the path like illuminated in front of me? Why isn't it like clear that that's the way to go? And I get that. Yeah, you got to get in touch with what you love, the who you love and the what you do and all of that. That's going to fall into place. Six of Cups, you may need to like really, you know, rekindle something there. You know, what is it that you've done in the past out of all the amazing things that you've done that really stayed in your heart? You know, what is that? And do that thing. Let's see what Dex is getting.
Oh yeah, gosh, I can only reiterate what you just said. That's what I'm getting in the cards as well. I was just feeling, and by the way, I had to put Chad's line on hold because we were getting a feedback loop. You might have heard it. I'm just feeling that, you know, just feeling the frustration in all the different areas. It sounds like he's had, you know, dipped his oar in a lot of ponds, you know, and he's struggling with that right now. 5 of Wands struggle. This is the thing though. The first two cards, that's the central focus card, but the first two cards, 8 cards, 8 of Cups, Strength card, 8, 8's abundance. You know, I mean, it's literally It's literally right there. Not only that, I get the 9 of coins, and the 9 of coins is saying, that you can not only get there, but see, 9 is the number of the old souls. And what it's indicating for me, I mean, I get that with the 9 of coins. I also get it with when the 9 of wands shows up. Any 9 card is that you already have the skills and abilities you already need. You have everything you need. You've done all these fantastic, you have your certifications, you said, on some of those. It's just a matter of, narrowing it down and just making a decision. And it's that 2 energy today, I said relationships and all, but what's the other 2, Mary? Cross sword, it's not making the decision,
having a stalemate and being like kind of a cross purposes.
So I like what you said, Mary, about what you do is and it may help you out to physically write it all down on a piece of paper. Just take a piece of paper, turn it sideways, start writing down like all your skills, abilities, certifications, things that used to make you smile when you were like 7 or 8 years old, things that make you happy now. Maybe you like playing World of Warcraft, maybe, I mean, whatever it is, write everything down on a piece of paper, sit back, take a deep breath, look at it. What are you drawn to? And, just like what Mary said, you just have to decide, I don't think it's something
in your heart.
Yes. See, but Mary, what I'm getting at is like, I don't think for Chad, it's something new. I
got the 6 of cups. It's not something new.
Yeah. Narrow in on, what is it? The one thing that you've already done that you really are drawn to, and then focus everything on that. Forget about everything else, and then what happens is the 3 of wands, literally your ship comes in, the career gets going. Wands are talking about career. So there you go, Chad. I hope that helped you out. Oh, we got another phone call.
Thanks for the call.
Let's see if we can squeeze one more call in real quick. Area code 630. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, thanks for taking my call. This is Dion, and I'm in Wisconsin.
Dion in Wisconsin.
Hi.
You don't get too many Wisconsin calls. What's going on with you, Dion?
Oh, I'm just transitioning into everything new, new place to live, and because I'm getting ready to move. But the thing is all my career prospects. Like I have a job, but it doesn't really pay. So I started applying for jobs down there, and they're better paying than what I'm doing right now. So just wanted to see how that was going to pan out for me, because I haven't heard anything back yet, but I'm hopeful,
Yeah, it might pan out, but I don't know. Well, things are going to break loose and happen fast, just like I got previously the 8 of wands. That's things happening fast. Do you do anything online or the internet with work or telecommunications, anything along those lines?
Yeah, I do. Yep. So I'm an author, and my one job is I'm an author where I write books, and then the second one is I sell building products online.
Oh, cool. Very cool. So what I'm getting here is, it's the reason why I was chuckling was because when you said that you're in the middle of a transition, I'm literally putting down the death card, which is the card of transition. So I just started cracking up. It's like, yeah, this is all just going to be confirmation to Dion, because you already know, I still feel like there's something else though. I do. Okay. So I got the 4 of cups, and the deal with the 4 of cups is typically they're not really happy with the 3 cups in front of them, and they're not really seeing this other cup over here. I'm not actually getting that feeling right now. I'm getting that you're pretty happy all the stuff you do, but that there is another opportunity, and it's like it's right there, but you're not quite seeing it. And that's why I asked you about, because I really think it has something to do with, you know, online or telecommunications, or, you know, using your authorship abilities in a different way, hitting a much larger group of people, you know, hitting the masses, so to speak. Let's see what Mary's getting.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Thank you.
Yeah. And I feel like, look, you know, I got the star card, you know, and I love the star card. Right above the star card is the Five of Pentacles. So that combination of cards says to me that, you know, sometimes, you know, it can be like the person that, you know, they know what they want to achieve, you know, and they want to reach for that and they want to go for it. And that's their aspiration and their hope. But with the Five of Pentacles, sometimes we can have a little bit of, you know, I don't even want to say insecurity, but it's almost like we don't believe in ourselves enough, you know, to push ourselves out there, to like promote ourselves,
I know that
to be
feeling.
that shining star. And I think if you can work on that, you know, got the Four of Wands here. So you need to work on like sort of, you know, getting that sort of stabilized. So that could show up in a way of when it has to do with promoting yourself and promoting your own work. Maybe you're promoting your books, you know, put a little extra glitter out there. And then, you know, the last card that I have is the Ten of Cups. So, you know, it ends really well, you know, if you can do that. But that's the advice that comes up.
It's looking awesome to me. I mean, you just have to make the connection, I think.
Yeah.
You're going to see that real soon, something new. Oh, and then you got to call us back and let us know.
Yes. Yeah.
I will. Yes, I will. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your energy, your reading, and your advice. And I'm going to follow up on all of it. Thank you.
Thanks for the call, Dion.
Thank you. Thanks for calling.
Enjoy the rest of your week. And of course, we'll be back on Saturday. Right, Mary?
We will be back on Saturday.
Thanks for everybody that joined us on the YouTube Live and in the comments there and called in, and all of our listeners and now viewers out there, Mary. I'm still trying to get used to this. It's like after 13 years of doing audio only, I'm so used to saying listeners and hearing us and things, you know, having to do with that. And I keep forgetting I got to say viewers now. And
I know. I'm so used to doing this in my pajamas.
Yeah, I always put, you know, here, listen to us anytime and I was like, no way, I got to put watch us anytime now. All righty. Well, bye everybody. Bye, Mary. We'll see you on Saturday.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, Mary Ellen.
Good night, John Boy. Thank you.